Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest.
Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest.
All right, welcome everyone to the California Road to Reparations show, right here on Emin the Mass Media Group, Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. Once again, right here on Emin the Mass Media Group. My name is Jamoya, and I'd like to also introduce my co-host.
I am Kim. Hey, y'all.
And I am Darlene. Thanks for joining us.
All right. And we do have a special guest today, but before we bring our good special guest on, we're going to go ahead and run through, a couple of housekeeping items. All right. So reparationsnowdoc.com, reparationsnowdoc.com. If you have yet to see this inspiring documentary about the reparations movement here in the United States of America, please go to reparationsnowdoc.com. You can also check it out at Tubi right now.
All right. And Darlene, if you could put the Tubi link in the comments, that would be fantastic.
Every Thursday, we have the CJEC, Coalition for a Just and Equitable California, doing a live reading of the final report of the California Reparations Task Force. report. That's every Thursday at, I believe it's 7 o'clock. Is that right, Kim and Darlene?
Yep, 7
Yeah,
p.m.
7
PST.
p.m. EST. Just go to youtube.com/@cjec-official, and you can listen to the wonderful report. I must say, we currently have our good sister, Raphael, and she's definitely giving our brother, good brother Chris, a challenge on the reading.
I think she's giving us all a
I
challenge
think
on the
so. Yeah,
reading.
Raphael's doing a wonderful job. I'm quite shocked and amazed by her reading. She's doing an excellent job, and I'm just trying to figure out why she's not, you know, being a professional voiceover person. If she isn't, I definitely recommended her to possibly venture into it because she has a wonderful voice.
Yes.
All right, and if you have yet to see what we did here on Emin the Mass Media Group with our good sister and ancestor, Harriet Tubman, please check that out right now. It's called Free Labor of Love, a Labor Day story. So we're going to cut the check. So please check that out right here on Emin the Mass Media Group.
Speaking of cutting the check.
Yep, cut the check. So you can go to ETN Media Group store.com, get all your Reparations Now gear, policy of a party, cut the check, Reparations Now, everything there on Emin the Mass Media Group. Please support the channel and get some nice, good gear to rock. All right. We know y'all shop at Amazon. You know you do, so it's free. So go ahead and hopefully we can get that link into the comments for you later. Go to the Amazon affiliate link and click on it, and you'll help support what we're doing right here on this platform.
All right.
And now we actually have a special guest. Before we actually get into the last of the Senate we're going to be reviewing today, we want to give an update. We do have Emmanuel Smith, who has joined us for briefly, because I know we have to get into things, but we wanted to invite our good brother Emmanuel Smith to let us know the updates. I know everybody hopefully has been watching the series right here on Emin the Mass Media Group. I know we have a couple more episodes to go, but definitely want to.
Oh, you went into the matrix a little bit, Yamoya.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you. I
You can hear
appreciate
me?
you guys having me on.
All right, so let's go ahead and get a good brother Emmanuel Smith. Brother, if you want, we'll let you have the floor for about 5 minutes just to let everyone know what's going on with your case, and if you want to let us know when your upcoming hearing is, we greatly appreciate it.
Great. Well, first, I'd like to say that I just want to thank ETM Media once again for having me on. Like I said, man, you guys are the real black media. I mean, you're the only one covering it. If you're going through something out here, man, I mean, you should reach out to ETM Media. You know, they have been an ultimate godsend to me. It was therapeutic getting the word out about my case. And so that's the first thing I got to do, give it up to God, and then I got to give it up to ETM Media for really being there for me. As far as the case goes, it's the same old, same old. They're just going to delay it again as far as the word came to me. Tomorrow, I have a court date, September 11th, around 1:30 p.m. in Redwood City, California, in San Mateo County. And my lawyers say that it's going to be delayed again. So, I mean, that's the status of it. As I said, I mean, a lot of people want to show up, and I know Sister Tiambe and other people get upset with me when I say this, but I really don't want to drag the community into something where we're just being distracted. You know, as you guys know, I believe in the theory of black cohesion. I believe in black cohesion. And, you know, there's 50 million of us. Multiplied by 5 is $250 million per month. And that's 200 new black millionaires between the ages of 18 and 27 per month. That's 2,400 per year. That's more than America creates. You know, that's $2.75 billion flowing throughout our community. And it gives our youngsters a chance to create. I would rather have people put money into the black cohesion than to actually, you know, pay court parking fees or, you know, gas to get up there. But I understand a lot of people want to support me, and I appreciate the support. Don't get me wrong at all. I love it. It feels good in my heart. But we have to get black cohesion going more than anything else. One man isn't bigger than all of us and the youth that come to follow. Like I said, as far as the case goes, listen, they have nothing. They don't have any cameras. We talked about it, I think, earlier. You know, I sent you the redacted video they sent me. Shows they're tampering with evidence. They're destroying evidence. You know, and like I said, if I actually did the things that they were saying I did, there'd be cameras everywhere. It would be a Jussie Smollett situation. So to me, you know, the man has perjured himself. You know, Officer David LaRocque has perjured himself, you know, and brought a trainee with him to do it. And if they're training people how to perjure themselves and do this, I mean, it's bad for not only myself, but the community at large. You know, it's cowardly. You know, and I mean, it's another form of gentrification and genocide. I mean, obviously, if I'm not here, I've been off my leg. I don't know how long. I had the means to take care of things, but you know, I think about countless others who may not have had the means, and I'm running out of the means. Don't get it, twisted here. Nothing lasts forever. I can't do it forever. You know, I need this to be behind me. They made me for life. They need to take care of the liabilities and take accountability for the things they did.
All right, brother. Well, you know, once again, thanks for coming on, you know, taking your time out to, you know, explain the update. Now, before you go, we know you have a case hearing coming up tomorrow. So from that case hearing, are they supposed to schedule you for your trial, or
that's what it was supposed to be? Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. They were supposed to schedule me for trial. And then I go to trial in, you know, December 1st, I think was the trial date. I pick a jury and then go to trial. But my lawyers have, you know, let me know that it will just be delayed again, continued again. And so I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that, to be totally honest with you, Brother Moya. I'm pretty much tired of delaying this over and over again. Like I said, they don't really have any evidence, and I'm innocent until proven guilty. So unless they're going to show some evidence of me actually doing the things that they're saying I'm doing, I mean, I'm pretty much ready to go. You know, they've offered me, you know, I don't even know if I should talk about that on here, but they've offered me,
yeah,
you know,
I wouldn't put
certain circumstances. Let me just call it like that. Certain circumstances they've offered me that we can, you know, settle this, but it has to go on the record. Like I said before, it was highway robbery. They took very valuable things from me. They maimed me for life, you know, and I'm just, I'm not willing to, you know, I'm not willing to just let that ride. I'm not just willing to let that you can do this to me. And like I said before, if you can do this, you can get away with anything. You can do this to anybody. And, you know, I feel like I'm trying to stand up for someone else who might not have the means. You know, because I got to question everybody who's in prison right now, or what I'm going through right now. Like, I got to question everything that they've ever told me about anyone being a bad person. And it's just, and so it's like I said in the documentary, and I appreciate you guys doing that. I really have no words to even be able to fathom. I keep on using the word fathom. I can't fathom how they can get away with this. Like, I thought a judge would just see this, it'll go across the judge's desk, and then the judge will be like, oh, okay, this is some BS. Okay, let's throw this out. But like I said, I sued them, and now they have to try to put something on me because they need to say they have no liability. Right now, with my lawsuit and and them not having anything, they're wrong, and so they have to pay, and it's going to be a big number. And but if they can get me on some charges or do something or get me to take a deal or whatever, then then I was culpable, and that'll at least take their number down, if not leave me with nothing. So we're not going down that road regardless.
All right, sounds good, brother. Well, thanks for coming on. We'll probably have you on to give us an update and the viewers an update when your trial, hopefully scheduled in December, will happen, brother. So
yeah, well, it's got to go on the record somehow. So I think we're probably going to trial. If they dismiss it and just pay me my money, then maybe it doesn't. But yeah, and I just have to say one more time, thank you so much to ETM Media, to Brother Umoya, to Kim, to CJEC, to Miss Darlene Crumity, to EPA for Reparations, to Boss and Fiani, so many people, Jabbar, listen, so many people. I'm not going to get all the names right now, but I want to say you all have been a godsend. I already mentioned Sister Tiabe, Miss Gail, but you all have been a godsend to me. And you have stood by my side. And you listen, there's nothing like ETM Media. There's nothing like the people that I'm mentioning. And there's nothing like the love and support the community has shown me. So I just want to thank you guys.
Well, thank you, man. Keep your head up. And, Kim and Darlene, I don't know if you want to have anything.
No, I was just going to say, it's our honor to, follow this along. Like you said, this could be any of us. I mean, this could happen to anybody.
Yes, we want to thank you for coming on and letting everybody know about your story. And we appreciate you. And we are definitely in your corner.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
All right, sounds good. All right, Emmanuel, we'll see you, brother. And everybody, check once again. Come on the Men Mass Media Group. Watch the episodes. We got a couple more that are going to be showing, within the next couple of weeks. And stay tuned right here on the Mass Media Group so we can give you guys updates with Emmanuel Smith's case. All right, brother. Have a good one. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
All right. So that was Emmanuel Smith, ladies and gentlemen, giving us some updates. He has his case hearing tomorrow. And I think it's in East Palo Alto, right, Kim?
I believe so.
In East
Yes,
Palo Alto.
it's in East Palo Alto.
So he'll definitely let us know what's going on with this case hearing, and we'll let everybody know, accordingly. All right. So I guess let's get down to our other business here. 4121-1. If y'all don't know what that means by now, y'all haven't been tuning in. But for those who don't know, in order for whatever reparations bill needs to be passed, and basically any bill here in California, you'll need 41 assembly members, 21 senators, and 1 governor to sign a bill, and that will equal reparations here in California. All right, real quick, the following 5 forms of reparations: once again, restitution, compensation, rehabilitation, satisfaction, guarantees of non-repetition. And if you have yet or not seen the virtual town hall right here on Eman the Mass Media Group, we had our good brother and comrade, Chris Lodgson, who guest appeared. And, we talked about the updates, what's going on right here in California. All right, so 80 members, and then I guess Kim, if you want to take this one, because I think there's some updates that we probably need to mention.
Yeah, just real quick. In the assembly, 80 members, and actually, we will be starting with assembly legislators next week. So stay tuned for that. 33 committees plus subcommittees, but there have been updates to the committee list, and we'll try to get that updated to you. One addition to the assembly subcommittee list is a new committee, a select committee on reparatory justice. So that committee has been placed, and we have some members. Reginald Byron Jones Sawyer is the chair of that committee. Mia Bonta, Isaac Bryan, Dr. Corey Jackson, Alex Lee, and Kevin McCarty. So we will definitely be looking for the work product coming out of the Reparatory Justice Committee. Also, as we gone over, 40 senators, 22 subcommittees. So we'll have to check to see if there have been any new committees added to the Senate side as well.
All right, well, let's, I guess, get into it, shall we?
All right, pick up where we left off. I think we ended with District 30 last time we met. And now for District 31, we have a Democrat, Richard Roth, a Democratic Party, tenure 2012 till present. His term ends in 2024, years in the position 10. Let's see here. Richard Roth, Democratic Party, is a member of the California State Senate representing District 31. He assumed office on December 3rd, 2012. His current term ends December 2024. Roth, Democratic Party, ran for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 31, and obviously he won because he is in that seat. His district, he represents just over 1 million constituents. The ethnic breakdown, we have white at 27.1%, so roughly 265,000. Hispanic at 53.3%, 533,000, and Black at 8.3%, 82.6 thousand members there, are constituents there. The county is Riverside County that he represents. He supports expanding access to health care, create good paying jobs, and protecting public safety. He has offices at the state capitol, Riverside District Office, and a Fontana District Office. And he did vote aye on AB 3121 back in 2020. So that's information on Mr. Roth there.
It's amazing.
Senator Roth.
The Black population is probably one of the higher percentages that we've seen so far.
That we've seen,
Yes,
yeah.
we've seen, yeah. They've really been coming in under 5%. Yeah, but this one is 8.3. But the Hispanic,
But it's
is
still
really
the
growing.
smallest. It's still the smallest.
Yeah,
group.
but the Hispanic is really large.
Yes.
Yeah, they
There.
So that's Riverside County.
All right, District 32, we have Kelly Sayarto. And yeah, I forgot, totally my bad. I don't know why. And I'll take it this time. Not too sure what happened to his description, but I'll try my best off the top of my head to see if I can give some information to the family. So anyway, nobody's perfect, but there you go. Give me a little leeway. It was Labor Day weekend. I'm sure I had it ready, but no excuses. All right, here we go. So we have Kelly Sayarto. He has offices in Palm Springs, in Sacramento, in Murrieta, and that's not Georgia. That's actually here in California. And he has an office in the Corona district. Currently, he's a Republican for the Senate. His tenure is currently from 2022 to present, and it looks like his counties are Los Angeles and in Orange. Um, I think he had like a district discrepancy between his website in terms of which counties he represents and some of the other resources out there. So we just basically went with the other resources because if I recall correctly, most of his representation on his website was going more like east of Los Angeles. So kind of like out there in San Bernardino, and I think some other places out there are like not Palmdale, but Palm Springs and so forth. So there's a little discrepancy in there, but we just went with some of the other sources right now, which majority currently is Los Angeles and Orange County. He supports firefighters and nonprofit and community organizations. At the time, he was not in office when I guess AB 3121 was being voted on. In terms of race and ethnicity, we have 160,000 approximately white population at 17%. The Hispanic was 61% at 583,000. Black at 3%, pretty close to 4% at 36,000. So yeah, once again, falling within that 2 to 4% range, which usually has been the usual case for the Black population.
Okay, thank you. We have next Lena Gonzalez. She is from the Democratic Party, District 33. Tenure is 2019 to present, and her terms ends next year, 2024. She has, of course, office in the Capitol here in Sacramento, Long Beach District, and Huntington Beach. She represents the counties of Los Angeles. She supports working families, clean environment, digital inclusion, and economic vitality. The population for her is white. It looks like that's 65.8% at 469,000. Hispanic is 12.4%, Black at 2.9%, and Asian is 14.0%. Going back to the Hispanic, that's probably one of the lowest I've seen in a while, which is at 88,000.
Yeah, I'm wondering what she covers. Beverly Hills, something like that, where they're not letting them in.
Yeah. And Hispanic is it's still higher than Blacks at 88.6 thousand, and even the Asian population is at 14%. And Miss Gonzalez is a Democratic member representing, like I said, District 33. She assumed office in June 19th, and her term ends December 2nd, 2024. And Miss Gonzalez completed the Ballotina Candidate Connection Survey in 2020, and actually you can go there and read her survey answers. Ms. Gonzalez was the District 1 member of Long Beach City Council in California from 2014 to 2019, and she registered her position after being elected to the California State Senate District 33. So.
Thank you, Miss Darlene.
You're welcome.
All right. Next up, we have Democrat Tom Unberg, District 34, tenure 2018 to present, term ends 2026, years in position 5. Let's see, again, with the Democratic Party, a member of the California State Senate representing District 34, assumed office in 2018. His current term ends December 7th, 2026. Umberg ran for re-election to the California State Senate, and he won in the general election in November 2022. He has offices in Sacramento at the Capitol, and a district office, it looks like in Santa Ana. Race and ethnicity, well, the population in his district is just under a million at 939,722. Race and ethnicity, he has white population of 27.7. That's approximately 265,000. Hispanic at 47 percent, 449,000. Black, this is a very small number at 1.2%, and that's approximately 12,000 constituents. Asians at 21.5, approximately 200 and just over 200,000. And let's see, then we have mixed and other coming in at percentages, but again, a very low percentage of Black constituents. Let's see here. He supports high wage jobs, affordable housing, veteran services, and he represents counties in Los Angeles and Orange, the portions of Los Angeles and Orange County. And let's see, he was an I vote on AB 3121 back in 2020. So that is Mr. Senator Tom Umberg. All right.
All right, District 35. We have Senator Bradford. Here's 2016, the president of the Democratic Party. He assumed office in 2016. His current term ends on December 2nd, 2024. Bradford of the Democratic Party ran for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 35. He won in the general election on November 3rd, 2020. Bradford served in the California State Assembly representing District 62 from September 2009 to 2014. He has offices the state capital, Inglewood district, and the San Pedro district. Looks like, just want to make sure I have this correct here. Okay, Senate District 35 includes the Los Angeles County communities of Carson, San Pedro, Compton, West Compton, Gardena, Harbor City, Hawthorne, Inglewood, Lawndale, Lenox, West Carson, Watts, Willowbrook, and Wilmington. The deferred area also includes portions of Inglewood, Los Angeles, and Westmont. Senator Bradford supports many things, but I think some of his main things are affordable housing, green space, and local workforce development. He was one of the members on the California Reparations Task Force. The senator also authored legislation to address the return of land stolen from the Bruce's family, also known as Bruce's Beach. He voted aye on AB 3121. In terms of his district, the total population is a little under 1 million. Hispanics at 54%, around 520,000. White around 10%, around 96,000. And currently, I think he has one of the larger Black populations at 18%, at 178,000 in his district. So
that is a lot. That Los Angeles, We'd have to look, but they historically were black, large black population at one time.
Yeah.
In the 60s, 70s.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's Senator Bradford.
Okay, next we have Janet Wynn. She is from the Republican Party, and she is from District 36. Her tenure is 2022 to present, and her term will end 2026. Of course, she has an office in the Capitol, but her district office is on Main Street in Huntington Beach. Her counties include Los Angeles and Orange. She supports accountability in early prisoner release, programs that will coincide with the Veterans Affairs. The total population for that area is 63.43% white, very low Black population at 2.48, 23.75 Latino, 8.33 Asian. And she was not in office for the AB 31 vote. And she, like I said, she is a member of the Republican Party, and she represents 36. She assumed office on December the 5th, 2022, and her current term ends December the 7th, 2026. And she ran for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 36, and she won in the general election November the 8th, 2022. So there's not quite much on her. She's pretty much a newbie, so we'll have to keep an eye out on her.
Okay, we will definitely do that. All right, so we have Senator Dave Min, Democratic Party, representing District 47, tenure 2020 till now. His term ends in 2024, years in position 2. Let's see, Dave Min, Democratic Party, District 37, assumed office December 7th, 2020. His current term ends December 2nd, 2024. So even though he took office in 2020, it was after all of the AB 3121 vote. So he was not in office at the time of that vote. So we do still have to see, what his stance on reparations is. Let's see what else is on his resume. Min of the Democratic Party is running for election to the U.S. House to represent California 47th Congressional District. Oh, I said that he represents District 47. And as we know, because we're doing all this legislative homework, there are only 40 districts. So you know how that trips you up when it's talking about them running for the House. He's actually representing District 37, not 47. So excuse me for that. Let's see. He is going to be running for California's House District 47. He declared candidacy for the primary scheduled on March 5th, 2024. Min also ran for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 37. He will not appear on the ballot for primary in March 5th, 2024. Let's see. He was a Democratic candidate to the 45th Congressional District in 2018. He lost that primary election June 5th, 2018. So District 37, in which Min represents, has a population of just over 1 million. The ethnic breakdown of that population is white at, let's see, looks like 53%, just over 53%, 527,000. Hispanic at 21.9%, 218,000. Black at 1.6%, so 16,000. Asian at 18.5%, not 900, 194,000. And then we have mixed and other in there as well, making up some of the population. The counties that he represents: Orange County. He supports gun violence prevention, climate action, economic development, and innovation. And he was not in office for the AB 3121 vote.
The Black
and
population is very low, Kim.
very low again,
Yeah.
very low, under 2%. So he has offices at the Capitol, of course, and in Irvine office.
Well, yeah, so it looks like he'll or possibly be involved in some reparations legislation before he, runs for the House. So we'll see.
Right, because his term ends in 2024. So we definitely,
Right.
Want to see what his position is on reparations in the California State House, and what his thoughts are at the federal level, since he has aspirations for Congress. Okie dokie.
All right. So 38, we have District 38. We have Catherine Blakespear, is a member of the Democratic Party of the California State Senate, representing District 38. She assumed office on December 5th, 2022. Blakespear ran for election to the California State Senate to represent 38 once again. She won in the general election on November 8th, 2022. Blakespear also ran for the election to the California State Senate to represent District 36. She did not appear on the ballot for the primary on June 7th, 2022. She has offices in the Capitol, Laguna Hills, and Encinitas. She represents the counties of Orange and San Diego. Some of the deferred counties or portions of the counties are Aliso Viejo, Irvine, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Woods, Lake Forest, Modjeska, Silverado, Trabuco Canyon, Williams Canyon, and the balance of Orange. She supports unhoused or the unhoused, climate transit options, strengthening the economy, fighting gun violence, and affordable housing. She was not in office of the time of AB 3121. The current population is a little under 1 million that she represents, Hispanic or Latino, sitting at 24%, roughly around 237,000. White at 57%, sitting at roughly around 562,000, and Black or African American at 2%, sitting around 19,000.
Okay. We have from the Democratic Party, Toni Atkins. She is from the California State Senate, District 39. She has been in office since 2016 to present, and her term ends in 2024, so next year. Let's see. She has the office at the Capitol and also the San Diego District Office. And her counties are in San Diego. She supports affordable housing, natural environment, healthcare, veterans, women, and LGBTQ communities. The total population is 974,000 plus, with that being white at 56.6% or 551,000, Hispanic at 17.7 or 173,000, Blacks at 5%, 48.3 thousand, and Asian at 16.2%. Toni is a member of the Democratic Party. She is a member of the California State Senate, representing District 39, and Like I said, she did assume her current office as of 2016. And she is running for lieutenant governor of California. And she declared that for the election of 2026. And she currently serves as State Senate President. Atkins is a former member of the California State Assembly representing District 78 from 2010 to 2026. And she was voted in unanimously as Speaker of the Assembly on March 14, 2024. Um, yeah, she is. Yes, Tony Atkins, for the California Reparations Task Force, she recommended Senator Stephen Bradford, and Council Member Monica Steph. And so we applaud her for that because Senator Bradford, if anyone followed the hearings, he was actually the cast his votes to take us to a 5-4 for lineage-based reparations, if anyone remembers that. And that was, I believe it was March 29th, 2022. Kim, if you remember from the vote. Do you remember the date?
I don't remember the exact date, but thank you for bringing that up, Darlene. Yes, she had a couple of picks for the Reparations Task Force, California Reparations Task Force. And I think her picks were solid picks indeed.
Yeah, definitely as quiet as Monica Steph Montgomery. She was just like a quiet lion. She was always there. And we just want to applaud Senator Bradford as well for given us that 5-4 vote to dictate that we now have lineage-based reparations. So we don't want to ever forget that. So
yes, gratitude.
Yes.
All right, and number 40. This will round out our Senate research on the candidates. District 40, Republican Party. We have Brian Jones. Let's see, California State Senate District 40, tenure 2022 till now, term ends 2026, years in position 0. However, it does look like he hasn't been in this position long, but he has held other positions. If we look at his resume here, California State Assembly District 77, he held that once. California State Assembly District 71, also California State Senate District 38, and that is the position that he was in when the AB 3121 vote came up. And it looks like Brian Jones voted NV, or no vote recorded, which, if you listen to the town hall a couple of weeks ago, our political pundit Chris kind of explained that no vote and abstain are pretty much the same thing, or that's the same thing there. So he abstained his vote. If this is your senator, you might want to give him a call and say, hey, why didn't you vote on the reparations bill, AB 3121, when you had the chance? So that's just a little bit of information on Senator Brian Jones there. Let's see what else. Republican Party, District 40. He assumed office on December 5th, 2022. His term ends December 7th, 2026. Jones of the Republican Party ran for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 40. He won in the general election. Jones currently serves as State Senate Minority Leader. Jones is former Republican member of the California State Assembly representing District 71 from 2012 to 2016 and District 77 from 2010 to 2012. He served as Deputy Floor Manager from 2010 to 2012. Jones did not seek re-election to the California State Assembly in 2016. So it sounds like he is pretty much a career politician. He has offices at the state capitol, Scripps Ranch office, an Escondido office. The counties that he represents are Imperial and San Diego. He supports control rising costs, um, compassionately clear encampments is another initiative that he supports, and fund law enforcement. Again, he was an abstain or a no vote recorded on AB 3121 in 2020. The race and ethnicity of his constituency, the population, first of all, is just under a million at 986,851. Of those, of that population, we have 15.3% white at 155K. Hispanic is coming in at, oh gosh, it's hard to read that. Is that 62 or 82%?
62.
62,
Yep,
great.
62.
Okay. At 616,000. Black at 6.9% at 68,000. Asian 12% at 119,000.
Kim, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, he has AB 31 vote, no vote.
Mm-hmm.
He should, but is he obligated to tell us his reason why?
I don't know if they're obligated. I mean, they work for us,
Yeah, they
so I
should.
mean, if we have a question for him, I mean, I don't see why we can't reasonably
answer.
expect a transparent answer.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that, Umoya? I mean, no
Sorry,
thoughts.
darling. Can you ask that again? I'm multitasking back here.
Okay, I'm just wondering, do they have to give us a reason? So he has a no vote on AB 3121.
Well, not a no vote. He abstained.
Oh, he abstained. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right.
He didn't vote no.
He didn't vote
But he
no.
didn't vote
Okay,
yes.
but even if he's sustained, he should be able to give his constituents a reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't see
So.
any problem in asking them why they voted the way they did. And, see what kind of response they
But
get.
why he abstained from it,
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Well, he has a large Hispanic population.
Yeah, a lot of large Hispanic populations, just really across the board. All right, Umoya, did you want to give us a rundown of where we are at on our AB 3121 vote recap?
All right, let's do this. So I believe we left off somewhere around district.
It would have been 30.
Like 30. Okay, so let's just continue on 31, and then we'll end it off there. So District 31 is Richard Roth, voted yes on AB 3121. Kelly Serrato, not in office. Lena Gonzalez,
You're muted a little bit on my end.
Is that better?
Yes.
All right, cool. Let's see. All right, so let's start again. District 31, yes for Richard Roth. Kelly Seriato, not in office. Lena Gonzalez was a yes. Thomas J. Umberg, yes. Stephen Bradford, yes. Janet Wynn, not in office. Dave Min, not in office. Catherine Blakespear, not in office. Tony Atkins was a yes. And Brian Jones, no vote recorded. So I believe we went over the other senators in the previous weeks. So the current total count we have is for the ayes or yeses being 20, not in office at 16, no vote recorded is 4, and as far as we could tell, nobody, at least as far as in the Senate, voted no. So that should round up to the 40 current senators. So I think we had a brief conversation, ladies, about I asked the question, right? If a bill, a reparations bill, was proposed uh, today based on some of these numbers, right? What is the potential, of the reparations bill passing? I don't know if y'all wanted to interject or elaborate.
Well, I just want to say yes, because we need 21. But we have this, I can't, the, what is her name? The sister right here. She was not
Oh,
in
Lola
office.
Smallwood,
Yes,
Cuevas.
Smallwood.
Looks
And
like she's
I'm
District 28, I believe.
District 28. I'm going to say she should hit the 21. And we just don't know about the other not in office. We would have to, look at some of their past history on what they voted on. But,
Right,
we
or
would,
call them up and get it
yeah,
straight from the horse's mouth what their
mouth, yeah. We
position
only
on
need one more.
reparation is. Yeah.
And that's to say, if the 20 that are yes stay with the 20, we would only need a minimum of one additional vote in the state Senate.
So
Right.
that does look encouraging at least. And as far as zero senators voting no on that's of the current, session. But at the time of AB 3121 vote, there were 3 senators. They are just no longer in office. So we don't have to worry about them. As far as the assembly side, which we will be going over assembly next, there are still some representatives in office that did vote no. And we're going to go through that list so we can keep them at the top of our radar. And that is Megan Dale, District 1, Vince Fong, District 32, James Gallagher, District 3, Devin Mathis, District 33, Jim Patterson, District 8, and Marie Waldron, District 75. And then we have a couple with aspirations for the U.S. House or in the U.S. House, Kevin Kiley and Jay Albernolte. We'll need to keep an eye on them as far as federal reparations are concerned. But those are your reparations naysayers in the assembly currently.
Well, yes. Well, Megan, what was her last name? Her husband voted. Megan Dale. I'm trying to think of her husband's name.
I think it's
Um,
Brian Dell.
yeah,
Is it
Brian
Brian?
Dale. He voted yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So interesting household bedfellows.
That's funny,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we wrap it up here, I wanted to actually play some videos and then get some critique on the video, especially this upcoming potential SB 49 that will be introduced.
490.
Did I say 409?
Mm-hmm.
I did
No,
say
you
490.
said 49.
Mm-hmm.
I said 49. Oh, there you go.
That
490.
is,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that is for CAFA. For CAFA.
Thank you for the clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to play some of these videos here, family, so we can get some responses, not only from the chat, and if you want to send us, some feedback, you can go to or send us to ETN Media.
You're in the matrix. You're in the matrix.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, definitely go to send us an email at eminthemediagroup@gmail.com with any suggestions and feedback. All right, so we're gonna play a couple videos. It looks like Stephen Bradford has been making his rounds with the media. So let's go play a couple of these videos, and then we'll have our response, and then we'll wrap it up here. But let's Oh, we also gotta look at the chat because I think there were some comments or questions I will go through as well. We won't forget you, family. Won't forget you. All right, so let's go. I was on mute there. All right, so yeah, so can y'all can I be heard? Can y'all hear
Yes.
me? All right.
Yes.
Yes,
Am
you
I in the
can be heard.
matrix? All right. So yeah, so Senator Bradford, and the Fox News clip was referring to SB 490, which I'm sure those who've been paying attention uh, know that this will be a bill to establish the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency. A couple things to establish a genealogy office, communications and media office, data research collection office, and much, much more. And once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. And hit that bell to get notified. Yeah, so what do you two think about? And if anybody else has anything in the comments, we'll definitely get to your comments about it. So what do you think about? Well, actually, I do have more footage, but maybe we'll share that next week because I know we're a little past time here. But what's your thoughts on Senator Bradford and his comments about SB 490 so far?
Mhm. Well, if I can go first, I just want to shout out to Senator Bradford because we do need this agency started and funded because it would trickle down with everything else that our community needs in order for them to make sure all their records are intact for when these reparations are paid out. And so, personally, I agree that this needs to be first because I'm fortunate enough to have all my information. But there's a lot of us who do not. And so we are definitely going to need, especially the Office of Genealogy, to get our people their information and get it started.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great first step to get the infrastructure in place so we can get these reparations underway. He just kept saying, that it's really early in the process. So that's why we definitely need to keep an eye on it and stay on top of it, make sure that, everything goes as smoothly as possible. He also made a statement about, we just don't know what it's going to look like. He even said it could be, wrapped up in another office or something like that, which I hope is not the case, and that it's its own standalone agency.
Yeah, that's why it's important for those in and outside of California, uh, supporting these reparations efforts to call up these senators, and eventually we're going to get into the assembly as well. Um, and within the video that hasn't been shown, but we'll hopefully play that next week. Senator Bradford mentioned about the legislators being on break basically for the most part until I believe it's either December or early next year or something like that. So it's important right now that we contact these senators and these assembly individuals and even the governor if you want to say hey, we know you have this legislation called SB 490. Take a look at it. Please read the report, so you can be, fully aware and fully informed on this upcoming historic bill. So, yeah, it's very interesting. I think we may have stated it before, and I mean, if I haven't stated it actually, um, in public, like it was, I didn't know like a bill like this, especially for the California American Freedmen's Affairs Agency, was gonna be this quick. But I'm glad Senator Bradford actually introduced it, made some changes and updates, which I think for some of us, we're looking to have some more updates in there. But so far, this at least is a good step. Just because I believe, you need some kind of apparatus, some kind of, organization who's going to be liable and accountable, for these upcoming reparations bills.
Right.
And also, oh, I'm sorry,
Go
Kim.
ahead. No, go
And
ahead, Miss
also, if
Darlene.
those remember that historic vote, I do not remember the date, March 29th. It was actually Senator Bradford's vote who broke the tie that was, for lineage-based reparations. He voted last, and he voted for lineage-based. So I'm gonna shout out to Senator Bradford.
Yes, it was
Mhm.
definitely whatever date that happened on. It was definitely a photo finish nail biter down to the
Yes.
end.
Hmm.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, Kim. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Um, I done forgot.
All
Sorry.
right. So let's shall we go through some of these comments, and
Yes.
then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Let's see here. So, yes, please hit that affiliate link. Once again, please hit that affiliate link. We greatly appreciate your support. Reparations Now. Peace out to VBAB Inc. for coming through. Peace family to EPA for reparations. Yes, and if you have a chance, once again, go ahead and support Emmanuel Smith, at least by watching the content so you're aware of it. And go ahead and support right now. Shout out to Miss Lady 309. Appreciate you from coming through as always. All right. Okay, so okay. I think shout out to Ease Axe in the building. Okay, so I think hold on a second. Clicking on these comments here. Okay. So I believe this was to Senator Gonzalez. Is it Lena Gonzalez? I think. I want to say it's Huntington Park, but then I'm not too sure about Huntington Beach, but I think she does represent Huntington Park. So hopefully that does answer your question. But I think Darlene, um, you
I will
did,
check on it and
yeah,
definitely
you
get
did the
back.
slide on that.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
all right. About term limits, are California senators under term limit rules? Can they be termed out? I assume some states don't have term limits, or does it depend on district? Kim, Darlene, you want to take this, or
Well, even
you want me to
according
respond?
to the news segment that we just saw, the interviewer said, you're terming out next year. So yeah, term limits are definitely a thing. And Senator Bradford, as we heard, will be terming out. And then in the chat just now, I did put again in the Find Your Representative link. If you are in California and you have any confusion about who your Senate or Assembly representative is, you could use this handy dandy link. Just put in your, address information, zip code information, and your representative will come right up. So I suggest that everybody use that tool. And about what I was going to say, I do remember. I'm, looking like Senator Bradford said, this is going to cost money any way we look at it. So I'm going to be interested in seeing what kind of numbers get attached to the SB 490 agency. Um, so that's just what I was going to say. I'll be interested to see the, appropriations on this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How secure are those yes voters? No chance they will have a change of heart. Great
It's always a
question.
chance, and it's always a chance
It's
because
always
this was for the study. Now the actual money part is always a chance. Yes, they definitely could have a change of heart when the dollar amount is attached to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the
Now
study is one thing, but dollars is another.
yeah, so how secure are those yes voters?
Mm.
That's why we're going to need to contact them and see. We're going to need to
Mm.
contact them and see.
Absolutely. What is the best strategy to sway the not in office in VR senators? Well, and I'll let the ladies interject as well. But for me, you know, call up the senators, you know, the assembly people. I mean, that's one of the best ways, I think, you know, just from my opinion. Kim, Darlene.
No, absolutely. And then you first of all, you need to know who your representative are, Senate and Assembly members, and tell them we want, a yes vote, or
And
you don't get
I
our
would
vote.
say take it a step further and say, hey, your predecessor voted yes on AB 3121 reparations to study and develop reparation. They're no longer in office now that you have this seat. What is your position on reparations?
Absolutely.
And we need to be mindful that there's going to be a lot of dollars attached to this, so we have to definitely keep a watch out for that.
Yep. So VBAB responded, yes votes were for AB 3121 to form the reparations task force only. It doesn't necessarily mean they support reparations now that the recommendations have been revealed. Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see.
Absolutely, I agree.
All right. So somebody responded. Saw Senator Bradford on Channel 7 News. Very impressive statements by Senator Bradford. Yeah, he's I mean, you know, he is definitely taking a bold step and has been pretty consistent, you know, with his messaging. So at least that's definitely important. If California added a state surcharge on outgoing Western Union MoneyGram remittances going out of state, there would be plenty of funding for cash reparations. Interesting. All right. Shout out to Hero Hunter in the building. Watch from New York. Shout out to New York. But eligible for Cali reparations. Yeah, I mean that's one thing, you know. I mean, so far, please correct me, Kim and Darlene, that even if you moved out of the state during the certain time period, if the legislators and then I guess eventually possibly the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency goes by these certain rules and regulations regarding residency and, you know, the other eligible requirements, that even if you are out of the state, you might be able to receive California reparations. So if you know, did live in California at one point in time.
Correct.
Yes, and it's from 1865 to 2020, if I'm not mistaken, Maria.
All right, thank you for that. I'm sure the budget will be a major point of conjecture by many opposed to any types, monetarily or programs, reparations. Let's prepare ourselves for the pushback. Absolutely.
Stay ready.
You ain't got to get ready. SB 490 will lead to black schools, hospitals, and black courts in Cali.
Sounds great.
All right. Task Force did an incredible job to accomplish what they did in time allotted.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And shout out to Miss Camilla Moore, as always, and the other members.
Yes.
So no, go ahead.
I said shout out to Miss Camilla Moore and the other members. I mean, she was steadfast 100%.
Yes, for sure. And I was just going to say, and if you have not had a chance to read the 1,000-page final report, you can tune in every Thursday, CJEC's YouTube channel, where there are readings taking place for each chapter. So please tune in.
So yeah, I mean, what do you two think? And I'll go to the next comments. I mean, should the task force have been extended, or do you think that was enough time allotted for the task force to do their job?
Enough time. We don't, it's some of us don't have a lot of time. Speaking of our senior communities, I mean, I would like to see this done. For them, they have suffered the longest, have waited the longest, so it's done. They did an incredible job. So let's go on.
Yeah, and I just feel, I believe 490, which before was SB 290, the extension for the task force. The extension would have just been for implementation purposes anyway. So,
No,
yeah.
Kim, I believe it was still 490. You just
No,
changed it. It
it
was
was two
240. It was
it was
290.
it was 290, yeah. SB 290. So, I mean, I think that we're in a good place, especially now that SB 490 has been updated for this CAFA office. So, yeah, I think that they did a stellar job in the discovery to put together the final report. So, yeah.
All right, looks like VBAB says the Black American Tribe TBAT found on Twitter offers free genealogy classes with certified genealogists. All right, cool.
Well, that's good information.
Let's see here. This thing is headed to the Judiciary Committee. It's been read in both houses. Shout out to Raceman 100. Appreciate you for coming through. Yeah, we'll have to see, where it's at in the next phase, especially when it, comes around, in December or early next year, right? We need to figure out who's on that Judiciary Committee, where it's going, step by step, and not just us, but everybody, right? Everybody needs to get involved to see, kind of where it's going to be headed in the process. All right. All right, so let's see here. A couple more other things. Once it comes out of committee, it will go to the floor for a vote. The cake is ready to come out of the oven. Yeah, we'll see. You know what I mean? We're, hopefully that cake is, something, viable, you know. But yeah, let's see, just a couple more here. The language of the bill is not bad. It's not perfect, but fortunately, it's not bad. This was definitely done in a vacuum, and this is not how we want to do politics moving forward. Well, yeah, I mean, look, nothing's perfect. It is what it is. This is, what we have to deal with. But I think one thing that I like to definitely say is like this is the first time in history, right, that this has taken place. Like this hasn't ever been done. This was supposed to be done and hopefully somewhat formed and completed, at least as far as the Freedmen Bureau, and moved upon after Reconstruction era, right? But it got dismantled. So here we are, 2023.
And it would not be dismantled if it's up to us in our community. No, we will not have this again.
We need ground swell and district level coordination. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, it's a couple more. We need to be horse trading with the other groups in battleground districts so that we can pressure the assembly man in coalition with others. All right, calls are good, but emails and letters are the receipts. All right, good point. All right, a couple more. Bradford is horse trading, walking the line. We said some form of cash was non-negotiable, even if there was not an immediate payout, a payout based on the future health of the budget. Yeah, we'd love to see some cash, man. Cash reparations. I think, our good brother Chris often says, if cash isn't involved, and
it ain't reparations.
Paraphrasing, right? It's not reparations. So yeah. SB 490 will not lead to anything that we do not specifically get on paper. All right, a couple more, and we're done. We do not want the policy they give us. We want the policy that our politics demands.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, VBAB, can you work on that surcharge you suggested and provide the call to action for the rest of us? I have also additional recommendations regarding where to get the funding.
Get those recommendations in.
Absolutely. I couldn't read the report lazy, but I'm tuning in and listening to Chris on Tuesdays. Thanks for that. And you're actually not lazy because you're actually tuning in. So that's actually not being lazy.
And it's on Thursdays.
Yes, correct. It is
Yeah.
on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Alrighty. Cut the checks. Absolutely. Gotta cut them checks. And admittedly, there are none absolutely on a new remittances bill. All right, family. Well, thanks for joining as usually. Hopefully, we learned something today. Hopefully, we will keep learning and keep being involved. This is an ever-evolving process. We're all learning. A historic bill. I mean, I know obviously we're a little biased, but at this point, I mean, this bill is really big, So I don't know if Kim or Darlene, if you have any more comments about today's topic and the senators, but I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay, we could wrap it up, but I just like to say it is going to happen. We are going to see reparations in California in my lifetime. I'm calling it.
Speak it into existence, into the universe. So I just put the CJAC YouTube channel link in the chat. Anyone want to go back and check out the readings that have taken place so far? I believe there have been 3 weeks of readings on the final report. So go to CJAC YouTube channel to check it out.
All right, family. Well, on that note, thanks once again for joining. Sundays, right here at Emin the Mass Media Group at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Really appreciate your time and your energy in this matter. As always, then we're trying to strive for, if not be, the #1 reparations media source for you and for us. Once again, everybody have a great Sunday, and we will see you next time. Peace and reparations.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
To slay any opponent that's up in our way. Look at Malcolm X and his delivery. Any debate, he would make them pay. 1 round, eat them up like souffle. Boots on the ground from the past and today. Tradition must carry on every single day. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Black August. 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 On this month, we have the rise of the Phoenix. George Jackson. From the day that we landed from Arthur Ashe, when the Wimbledon game birthed the Henrietta Lacks. Second, J Baldwin born with the fire next time. 1964 Jersey race struggle is sublime. Speech of Frederick Douglass, no struggle is no progress. Florida gets rid of slavery, it was grotesque. Emancipation Day for the Black Creek Nation. Louis Armstrong born the great trumpet sensation. Andrew Johnson denied the freedmen. Confiscation Act tried to patch the bleeding. Cali House and the ex-slave pension. North Pole Trailblazer Matthew Hinton. 9. Whitney Houston turned the Star-Spangled out. 10. Isaac Hayes with the stars, no doubt. 11. Watts rebelled, Black Chicago caught hell with the infamous riot tales. As we say we go, Black